to the most OP. Here's the 2014 North American LCS Spring Split All-League team as voted by a panel of casters, writers, and the pros themselves. Let's kick it off with the top lane. Where else could it be but Balls, Cloud9's top lane equalizer. Balls led all LCS top laners, both EU and NA, in KDA and gold per minute, and his 84 kills were second only to Zion Spartan in that role.
Yeah, it's really hard to argue with this selection. Balls is mutually respected by all the top laners in North America. He just shows up every game on whatever champion Cloud9 needs. He's also mechanically proficient. His CS at 10 minutes is head and shoulders above other top laners. 76 CS at 10. The next highest in the North American LCS is Quas at 69. So Balls, so good.
Incredibly skilled player. Let's head now to the jungle, though. Cloud9's Meteos was once again the best jungler in North America. As we said earlier, he locked in the record for most kills in a split by a jungler. Add to the fact that he had the second highest KDA in the entire LCS, and you can see why his peers scored him as the best in his position.
Yeah, ever since this guy came into the LCS, he has been a top-tier jungle, but especially this year, because he isn't farming as many jungle camps as he did previously. He changed his game to have more pressure in the early game, and he has still managed to maintain his threat throughout the game. He's still just as powerful late in the game. That's because he's been farming kills with that kill record instead of camps, and it's worked out great for him.
Another phenomenal player there to add to the NA roster. Now let's head to the mid lane. Team Solo Mid's Bjergsen made an immediate impact in his first North American split. He set the LCS record for most kills per game, and despite playing only 22 of the 28 games, he led the entire LCS in kills. He also led all LCS mid laners with a KDA of 6.32.
Yeah, the numbers do not lie for Bjergsen. He had big shoes to fill coming in to replace Reginald, and he did it and then some. Everyone who plays against this guy fears him. He wins 1v1s more often than not, and is just a force all around for TSM. He gets so many kills, doesn't die that often, and is great at assassins.
Yeah, he's just a wonderful player overall, and he adapted so quickly to the team, which is great to see for him, to have the individual performance also carry over. So now, let's look over at the AD carry role. Cloud9's ADC tiptoed past more high-profile players like Doublelift and Wild Turtle to win the award. Sneaky led the entire LCS in KDA, had the third most kills, and only died 44 times over 28 games.
Yeah, this is obviously one of the closer positions because North American AD carries are so strong by and large, but Sneaky's numbers speak for themselves. He is the most proficient player on the most proficient team for AD carry. He also has done the second most damage to champions while dying less than anyone else in the NA LCS, which is just equally as impressive as getting the nod for being the all-league AD carry for NA.
Yeah, he's showing up to every team fight, but still not getting himself caught out. So it's great optimization there, positioning that whole kit. Great by Sneaky. So last but not least on the list is the all-league support. Team Solo Mid's Xpecial. He is the only player on this list that was in the North American LCS at the beginning of last spring, and he continued to get better with age. He led all LCS supports in KDA and tied Kiwi Kid for the most kills secured.
Yeah, Xpecial's like a fine wine. He took another big step this year as well, because you look at all the older players in the LCS, the guys that were around in Season 1 and Season 2, and they're either on their way out, getting benched, or they're retired. And then there's Xpecial, who made the all-league team and it had his best split he's ever had in the LCS. It is such an accomplishment to stay motivated and keep himself continually improving, which he has done this year.
Yeah, great player again. So now from the players who were the biggest in their roles to the player who had the biggest impact on his team, it's time to name the 2014 North American League Championship Series Spring Split Most Valuable Player. The MVP award goes to TSM's Bjergsen.
Yeah, Bjergsen has been unstoppable this year, and not only was it the shoes he had to fill with Reginald, coming over across regions as well, it's that he single-handedly carried so many games for TSM. There were so many times where if Bjergsen wasn't unstoppable in the game, if he wasn't 7-0, if he wasn't landing all those Nidalee spears, TSM would have flat out lost. They would not have been a top team in North America, it seems. Yes, there was that 1 week with Reginald out, but every time Bjergsen was there, he was a force to be reckoned with and the most valuable player for North America.
Yeah, I agree with the call. It's a great player overall. So now let's take some time to move from